Honored Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, Special Chief Secretary, Government of Telangana. Thank you, sir, for partnering with us for this conclave and for your presence here. May I now request you to give your keynote address.
Thank you very much. Uh, Greetings to all the dignitaries, Mr. Suman Billa, Mr. Uday Singh, Ravi ji, Shadin ji, Dr. Mehta, Mr. Sehgal, all the invitees and guests. I represent Government of Telangana, Hyderabad, and I look after the subject of tourism, culture, heritage. We also have a dedicated film development corporation on the lines of NFDC, etc. Since the last 6 months, the Film Development Corporation and the Tourism Corporation have started a new initiative which is called Film in Telangana. We have a session immediately after this where I'll share more details. But what I want to briefly tell is that, see, any filmmaker requires essentially 3 things. The filmmaker requires studios, the filmmaker, if the script demands, requires different kinds of locations. And today, particularly in the last decade or so, there's lots of emphasis on technology, post-production technology. So filmmakers also enhance their films by using special effects, VFX, digital intermediation, coloring, and so on and so forth. So, because Hyderabad and Telangana have the best of all, even though I'm in Bombay today and we are all meeting here, I can share this with utmost confidence that the kind of equipment our studios have in Hyderabad, even the Bombay studios do not have it. The kind of post-production facilities that we have in Hyderabad, even the companies in Bangalore and Bombay don't have it. If you look at the record of the last 15 years, some of the biggest grossing movies have come from, of the 15 years, we all know the names of the movies, I don't want to name anything, but except for 3 years, in the remaining 12 years, it is non-Hindi films who have grossed the maximum. And each of them, in some years there have been Tamil films, in some years there have been Kannada films, but even those Tamil and Kannada films, at least I know for sure that the post-production work was all done in Hyderabad. So what we have done is, since we have this advantage, what we have done is that we have created this, Ravi Garu spoke about putting together a guide. So the days of guides are gone, but we have put together what is called as a portal. The portal is called Film in Telangana, and in the next session we'll show how the portal works. The portal is live actually, it's not a hypothetical kind of portal. And using that portal, you can decide what studios will suit your requirements, what locations will suit your requirement, and which are the post-production facilities that will suit you. In terms of locations, as you know, as we all know, India is a very diverse country. It has amazing locations, tourism spots, but it is also important to understand whether you have the ecosystem available to help you shoot there. I mean, you may shoot in Ladakh, you may shoot anywhere, but in Ladakh, are there companies which supply equipment on rental to you? Are there companies which supply, let us say, junior artists to you? Are there companies who supply, let us say, vanity vans to your casts? Are there tourism facilities available to take care of catering? Are there tourism vendors available to take care of your transportation? So I can bet that the kind of ecosystem which exists, because Hyderabad, as we all know, is a very important center of Indian filmmaking. I mean, again, we are in Bombay, I should not run down Bombay, but the fact is that in many years, more films are made in Hyderabad than in Bombay. And if you look at the average collections of films made in Hyderabad vis-a-vis, so Dhurandhar of course is an outlier. I mean, if this conference was happening the previous year, I would have spoken with much more kind of panache. But regardless of it, on an average, more money is made from Hyderabad than from Bombay. And also, I think you are from the Malayalam industry, isn't it? In terms of content, in terms of OTT viewership, the way Malayalam cinema Tamil cinema. So it's not that I speak only for Telugu cinema, but the southern. So it's very, very clear that the center of film has shifted to the south from Bombay, and technology, the ease of doing business, etc. That is something that we have really decided to capitalize upon. So I was explaining about this portal. This portal helps you decide the entire filmmaking schedule. And suppose you say, we are actually moving into a scenario in which we will pre-approve locations. See, most of the filmmakers find it very difficult to negotiate the bureaucracy regarding permissions and approvals for these locations. And often they fall in prey to middlemen and they exploit them, and obviously you waste lots of time and money, what Mr. Mehta, Dr. Mehta also spoke about. So we have decided to pre-approve in about 15 categories. So let us say you want to shoot a film in a modern IT office. So we will identify 2-3 very modern IT offices in Hyderabad. We will negotiate with the developers and we will arrange a system that if you are going to that particular office on a Saturday or a Sunday, on a non-working day, you don't require anyone's permission. Let us say you have to shoot outside a temple. We'll identify half a dozen temples, and if you, on the portal, if you select one of them, no one's permission is required. So we are soon moving to that scenario where close to 150 locations will be pre-approved. Currently also in our portal, there is a system that if you apply within a week, if we don't give you any permission, it is deemed that you have been given that permission. You can go ahead and shoot and no questions will be asked. The police on the other hand will protect you from gundais. Hyderabad and Telangana in any case are established filmmaking centers, so there is no gundaism in any case. But suppose there is there is a kind of a internal checks and balances, safeguards around it. So we do value that this is an industry which has a huge multiplier effect. In fact, all of us are aware that Honorable Prime Minister is speaking very passionately about Vikasit Bharat. He wants India to become an advanced country by 2047. So different states also have prepared their own vision documents. Our state's vision document is called Telangana Rising, and our goal, our aspiration is that by 2047 we should become a $3 trillion economy. And we have identified who will contribute to that $3 trillion goal. And we have identified media and entertainment as a very important contributor. That is the importance that we give to this sector. Of course, Telugu filmmaking is already happening in large numbers in this state and the city. We want to appeal to other Indian language filmmakers of other countries. We are targeting about half a dozen countries like Turkey, like Bangladesh, of course. Excellencies from Seychelles and Mongolia are present. I'd like to interact with them as well to kind of connect us to the filmmakers in your countries. And eventually, a day is not far when we can even touch, let us say, the Hollywood or UK or some of the established European centers. So, as states, we can offer quite a lot, but we have to make a distinction between states which have a developed ecosystem vis-a-vis other states. See, locations are great in the entire country. People speak about the beauty of India, incredible India, and so on and so forth. So every state has something amazing to offer. It's not to say that Hyderabad and Telangana are the only places which have great tourism locations, but is it matched with a filmmaking ecosystem? So unless you look at the two of them together, you will eventually still end up running into some problem or spending a lot to kind of just shoot something in Ladakh. See, I'm not demeaning Ladakh, it's a great place, but currently it does not have any filmmaking ecosystem. The filmmaking ecosystem obviously is very evolved in Mumbai, it is equally evolved in Hyderabad, it is there to some extent in Chennai and in Bangalore and possibly a little bit in Calcutta, but nowhere else in this country. And this kind of an arrangement that the government has come forward, created a portal, everything is pre-approved, you don't need to meet anyone, you don't need to talk to anyone. Whatever services you require, including 28 kind of vendor services, catering, transport, supply of junior artists, machinery, equipment, post-production, studios, everything is tied up in one single arrangement. And if you tell us that these are the 10 things, these are the 10 services we want to avail, we will arrange everything for you. This is a new perspective about attracting investments, doing business, that if you strengthen the ecosystem and if the government guarantees that I take responsibility for everything, even if one thing goes wrong, it is my responsibility, I'll set it right, then people actually will pay you for giving you all these kind of things. So more of it will be discussed in the next session, but I was not sure if Suman Garu or Ravi Garu will be there in the next session or not. So I thought I'll kind of say all these things largely for their benefit. But thank you very much for organizing this event, PhD CCI, and do bring the next event, the next edition to Hyderabad. Bombay has reached its sell by date, so please bring this event to Hyderabad. Thank you very much.